Morning, folks. Today's soap is brought to us by Black Ship Grooming. This one here is called Grace O'Malley. Also has a label there on the side, and also what it has right over here, it says a fresh scent with touches of sandalwood, musk, lemon, verbena, and mint. And there it is right there, if you can see that. Pretty nice to have it on the side label for folks like me that can't remember what the scent profile might be. 4-ounce container. It started out with 4 ounces, scraped a little bit out, got it in a bowl there, and it's fairly soft on the, at least for right now it is. Easy to scrape out. Got it whipped up here in a Sarabachi bowl. That's what it looks like. They're all whipped up, ready to go. Got it whipped up here with a brush from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, if you can see that. It's fairly wet, not exactly drippy, but it's getting there. It's pretty close. Matter of fact, the soap also will it'll take some water. It took quite a bit of water. it was a little bit of fun to whip up there. I'm also going to be following up with the Clubman Reserve Cognac Neat and Aftershave. Oh, and also point that out. Also, right there, it tells you what the scent is like. So in other words, it says a sweet tobacco scent with patchouli and musk notes. I like it. As you can tell, I've used a little bit. I've been using it off camera. Shaver of the day is equipped with a Gillette Wilkinson's blade, and it is a Merkur Progress. This one here is the short handle version, and it is adjustable. There you can see the marker there on the base plate, and then on the cap there's the marker on top. They're matching up there. And today I think I'm going to start out with, it's going to start out with number 5, if you can see that. And I think I'm going to stick with number 5. No, I think I will go ahead and progress on down. I'll go 5, 4, and 3. Sometimes, it's kind of fun to go ahead and progress on down or just stick with one setting. Go ahead, and I've already put a hot towel to the face this morning. Here's the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Ice Cube. This one here is mentholated. I have another adjustable sitting over here. I'll kind of talk about things here about adjustable shavers. Merkur Progress, I don't know exactly how long it's been around. I think the Progress, maybe it was put out by a different name. I'm not real sure. It wasn't having a whole lot of luck finding much history on this particular shaver. I know it's been around for a good long moment. I myself haven't had any troubles out of it. It works just fine for me. In other words, I feel like, for the most part, it's mechanically sound. At least that's been my experience with it. I do probably maybe, when I put the blade in, I do set it up a little bit different in that whatever setting I'm going to put it on, I go ahead and I run it all the way down to the first setting, and then whatever setting I plan on using, I'll run it back up. So in other words, when I'm putting the cap on, I don't stop when I hit, like, say, number 5, for instance. I don't stop just right there. I go ahead and run it all the way down to the bottom, and then I run it back up to where it needs to go. That way I'm pretty sure I'm getting exactly where I want it to go. As it goes for price and comparison, the Parker variant has a longer handle. And of course, because of the longer handle, it might actually weigh just a bit more. But it's pretty consistently found new, right around the $57 mark. Brand new. I got my Merkur used off of eBay. It's not new. It's used. And if I remember correctly, I think I got this one here, wanting to say $45. Can't remember exactly. At any rate, a brand new Progress could run you just a little bit of money. It's not exactly cheap, and the prices are all over the map. So it'd probably be a good idea to shop around just a bit, including eBay. I've had pretty good luck with eBay. especially when it comes to DEs. And I have another one sitting off to the side, and it's a vintage shaver, and it's a Gillette Slim. Works just fine. Just doesn't look very pretty. But it works just fine. Doesn't look it, it's not, doesn't look new or anything like that, but I did get it cheaper. And it's just something to give some thought if you're unsure of an adjustable shaver. The two don't shave the same by any means, in my opinion. They're, in other words, number 9, number 1, they're all, the settings will be different, so you just have to dial it into your likings. But this is one of my Gillette Slims. It's lost some of its plating, but it works just fine. Shaves just fine. Everything works. It just doesn't look as pretty, that's all. And so in other words, if you're trying to put it on a budget or you're just not too sure, you might be able to find a vintage adjustable shaver where it's a Gillette Slim or a Fat Boy, and maybe a little bit cheaper. Fat Boy might not be quite as cheap, but they're usually in high demand, so the price is going to be up there. But the Merkur Progress comes in short handles and long handles. This one here is the short one, makes it easier for me to put my little finger underneath there to help with the control. Works well for me that way. But if you're a bigger guy, you're probably going to want that one with the bigger handle. This is a pretty smooth shaver though. The only thing, if I had to really pick at it, somebody else has already picked up the ball in that of Merkur, in that they swapped out the plastic knob there and put some markings on there for somebody like me that may be having a hard time seeing where I'm at, especially in the mornings. My eyes aren't always wide open in the mornings. Setting number 4, across the grain. Like I said, this is a very smooth shave. Earlier this week, I should say the past few days, my nose was working really well. Tried one of my shaving creams, and I think it's called Lavender. It's from Portugal, and I could actually smell it. This is the first time I've ever smelled that shaving cream, the scent being that strong. It was nice. My nose was working great that day. Today, not so much. Because I know when I first got this puck, I could smell the scent, and today, not so much. It kind of works like that with my nose. Part-time worker, doesn't work all the time. Soap is fine though. Everything's nice and smooth this morning. It took no time at all to whip this up also. This lather was easy to work with. You can kind of tell just painting it on. For me, this is this lather is great. Against the grain, and go ahead and move this from setting number 4, number 3, if you can see that upside down, number 3. I said this is very smooth. This is a good pairing in between the Progress and the Gillette Wilkinson blade. Just a little bit of feedback on the against the grain. I have one more Merkur in my series of Merkur shavers, and it's a Future. I have 2 of them actually. I don't have all three of them. One comes in a satin finish. It'd be easy to call it a matte finish, but I think it's a satin finish, what it's referred to. There's a polished version and a gold version. And I did get lucky and get a gold version on the cheap, on eBay, of course. Uh, it was one of those deals where I had bought my Merkur Fusion, the satin one, as well as the, boy, that does feel good. Pretty close shave. I managed to get both of them at the same price, and that was $50 a piece. I was quite happy to get the satin one at $50, but very excited when I got the gold one for $50. It just, sometimes you just hit it at the right time, where there's people not paying attention to that particular shaver, not very many bidders, and I just happened to be one of those bidders at the right time, the right place, and ended up with a Merkur Future Gold. Quite exciting. That'll be the next shave. I have one more that's lined up after that. That's not a Merkur, but it's a new to me type shaver. Face feels really good this morning. That was a nice shave. I have my first above tie. Above the tie has been around for a moment, so you probably have seen several videos with both of them as far as that goes, the Merkur Future, even the Progress. Progress have been, as it goes for YouTube, I think I was able to find videos as old as 9 years. Yeah, it might be as old as YouTube, for as far as I know. I don't remember how old YouTube is, but I know the Progress has been around a moment. But my above the tie, this one here, Calypso Blue. It is all aluminum. Pretty nice shaver. Found that I used two different blades with it. I went ahead and I used the got a little bit of my witch hazel with menthol and peppermint in it, just a little bit left. Started out with my first blade when it was a Persona. Next one, just to test it out, was a feather. Feather is pretty edgy in it. Persona seemed like it was a perfect match. Just right out of the first one out of the gate. Really nice matchup. Extremely smooth, comfortable, efficient. It was, but that feather blade though, it's a little edgy. Just a tad bit. Had a little bit of stinging here, there, and everywhere, in other words. Here's the aftershave. This is good stuff. I enjoy this lineup. Still got one more of these I need to get. Now this tequila one is the one I don't have. Have to get that one day here pretty soon. Just a little bit of stinging from the alcohol. I mean, just a tiny bit. Down on my neck. Every once in a while I get my pressure off just a little bit. End up with a little bit of stinging down there. But can't complain a bit about the shave. Face feels really smooth this morning. I have to remember that. Matter of fact, I probably need to get some more of these because I don't have very many of these blades right here. I think I've only got like 2 packs of them. May have to get some more because it works really well in this Merkur Progress. Like I say, this is a used one. To me, it's in great shape. Can't complain a bit about it. We're really happy to have it. As it goes for, to me, it's one of those that you might want to take on a travel. That way you can adjust the setting to what you need that day for while you're traveling. Especially if you're going on vacation, you've been outside, been out in the sun or the wind, and your face might be a little bit tender. With adjustable shaver, you can adjust it to however you need for it to be that day. Because sometimes when you're traveling, the water's not the same. Like I say, it might have been out in the elements, and this way you can adjust the shave the way you need it. Can't complain a bit. Like I said, this it's been around for a while. It's a really nice shaver. I enjoy using it from time to time. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.